a major development in the National Herald case. The Enforcement Directorate today carried out searches at Herald House and 11 other locations in Delhi and other cities in alleged money laundering case. Now remember, this comes on the back of Enforcement Directorate's questioning of Congress President Sonia Gandhi that happened last week for over 3 days, and also Rahul Gandhi before that. The questioning has been focused on the charge of alleged financial irregularities in the Congress-promoted Young Indian Private Limited that owns the National Herald newspaper. Rahul Gandhi was also questioned by the Central Law Enforcement Agency in this case in June in sessions that clocked over 50 hours over the course of 5 days.
This is the house, building which came under, series of scrutiny because of the amount of the property which is there. If you look at the location, this is one of the prime locations of the national capital. That's why the Enforcement Directorate and the Income Tax Tribunal also came up with an observation that the property of the Herald House, which belonged to the National Herald, is certainly in 2,000 crores, and the amount of income tax which Rahul Gandhi had claimed was very less, based on which the Income Tax Tribunal also found out that the amount of money which Rahul Gandhi could have been earning was certainly not 65 to 70 lakh, it was around 200 crores, and based on which the investigation started.
Bhavtosh now joins us for more on this. Bhavtosh, now we know that the questioning of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi has already happened. Are these raids on the basis of some information that the ED might have come across during that interrogation?
But Priya, remember Sonia Gandhi and Rahul, the directors of Young Indian, and Young Indian is the company that had taken over the assets of Associate General Private Limited illegally, according to the Enforcement Directorate, and thus had acquired properties worth at least 2,100 crore rupees, prime properties in major cities across the country, and they had deflected the blame on Motilal Vora, who was the longest serving treasurer of Congress party. Now, Motilal Vora is someone who is not alive, who can't defend himself, and the Enforcement Directorate has said that statements of Rahul Gandhi as well as Sonia Gandhi appears to be rehearsed, and it appears that they have been tutored. Now, the reason why these searches have been carried out is because the Enforcement Directorate believes that somewhere Gandhis have not said the truth, and already a statement of Mallikarjun Kharge as well as Pawan Bansal have already been recorded. Now, what appears to be happening in this case is that the Enforcement Directorate is on the brink of completing their investigation, and very soon the first prosecution complaint in this case could be filed. Now, this is a money laundering probe that ED is carrying out on the basis of a complaint that was filed by Subramanian Swamy way back in 2014-2015, in which Gandhis were given bail by the Metropolitan Magistrate. Taking cognizance of the complaint in which the Metropolitan Magistrate had filed. Now, under various sections of IPC, that complaint was registered, including that of cheating and usurping assets of a company. A bail was given to Sonia Gandhi as well as to Rahul Gandhi. The ED had filed its own case. Remember, Gandhis had gone to various judicial forums, including Delhi High Court as well as to Supreme Court. At no place they had managed to get any kind of relief.
And that is a fact that has been cited by the BJP repeatedly when they counter the political vendetta charge heard by the Congress party. We also have fresh political reactions coming in over this blame game. Let's listen in.
निश्चित रूप से आज जो परिस्थिति बनी है उसमें आवश्यकता के अनुसार ईडी भी अपनी छापेमारी कर रही है। वो जो अवैध संपत्ति है उसको जब्त करने का भी काम करेगी। बहुत जो विरोध कर रहे हैं लोग, आपने देखा जिस तरह से रावत साहब ने किया, आज बहुत चीज़ें खुल गई, किस तरह से हाउसिंग अथॉरिटी का किया, कैसे उनके खाते में पैसा ट्रांसफर हुआ, ये सब बातें धीरे धीरे खुलती जा रही हैं।
How come only the opposition party leaders are being targeted? How come that all those people, those who were sent notices, those who were summoned by these agencies, who joined BJP are not being sent any notices now? 100% it is a case of vendetta against opposition leaders. In National Herald case, it is an open and shut case. There are there's no money laundering happened either in cash or in account. No property has been transferred from somebody's name to somebody's name. It is all there from one form to other form in the form of change, and everything is there in public domain, and the whole country has debated on this issue already.
पूरे देश में भाजपा सरकार राजनीतिक द्वेष के अपने विरोधियों पर सरकारी एजेंसियों का दुरुपयोग कर रही, इसी श्रृंखला में ये कांग्रेस कल घबराई थी, न डरी थी अंग्रेजों से, न आज के अंग्रेजों से।
Akanksha now joins us from the National Herald House. Akanksha, what is the latest you can get us? Has there been any recovery in the form of documents or any money trail traces?
Well, what recovery has been made we will find out later, but what we know so far, as you know, that 12 premises are being raided by the Enforcement Directorate, but the most prominent here is the Herald House, where the newspaper office is. Now let me ask my camera person to zoom in on the building. The first 2 floors are reserved for Passport Seva Kendra, and the 4th floor is where the newspaper is at and where the ED raids are currently being taken place. From what we got to know from the sources is that it is currently bolted from outside. At least 6 ED officials are currently inside, and they went there early in the morning. Now, if you remember, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi both were questioned by the Enforcement Directorate for several hours in connection with the case. But what actually is the case and what are the allegations? Now, the National Herald newspaper was founded by Nehru in 1938. But
the Congress party has been repeatedly saying that this is nothing but vendetta. Now, KC Venugopal also coming out to allege that it is just a way to divert attention from issues that require the attention of the government and the country. Listen in.
The ED has raided the Herald House today.
These are all the diversion politics, diversion tactics of BJP government. Now the issue Parliament is discussing price rise and unemployment. All issues are there. They want to divert the entire issue and they want to do political vendetta. Let them do it. We will face it.
On that note, we take a very quick break. All the latest updates on the other side.